Hi guys, so we're gonna go ahead and make a dragon braid today. I already started by putting this on a hair tie and I secured it. I use Goodie brand hair ties. They're my favorite, and they just don't snap. Okay, the first thing you're gonna do is split this then into 4 even parts. The more even, the better. Then take the 2 middle sections and just put them up. Now, you want to start where pretty much right where that would end. And the very important thing here is to keep all of those sections even. I do not have cuts on my fingers. I wear band-aids because I make so many of these. The rubber bands end up cutting up my cuticles and my hands, my fingers. So sorry for the shaking here. So you want to keep it brushed. Now, take that top section. I got that all knotted when I threw it over there. Okay, and split it in half. Like I said, the more even, the better for this. You want to just separate it like that. And then we are going to put that up again. Now, we're just going to keep going down and sectioning this in the different into the different parts. But like I said, try to keep it as even as possible. I will put the link for this hair in the description. I hope it's still available. I got it in September. I only had 2 packs left. I got a ton of it in September for fall festivals because there was a lot of children at them. And Rumi, I think that's her name, from the K-pop was super popular. But as you can see here, we're just going to keep going down. These are the ones I use for this. They're the Ouchless Goodie brand. Like I said, I'll put the link for that in the description as well. We're just going to keep going down here, keeping these as even as possible. I only put 3 ties through this because you want it to be secure, but you don't want it, again, just make that even right there and then back up. You're just going to keep doing this. I forget where I was going with that, but anyway, hair is unruly, guys. You have to be the boss of your festival hair. We're just going to keep it even here. Now, one thing that is good to avoid is having it flip over because I get confused which way I was going. So try to keep it all in the right direction. Oh, I was saying I only put like 3 wraps around this because we're going to pull this through later. And you want it to be secure, but you want it to have enough space there that we can also pull the hair through. If you make it too tight, you're going to try to pull the hair through and it's just going to be a big tangly, not even tangly, it's not going to pull through even and nicely. So we'll just keep going with this. I do like this hair because it's nice and straight. Certain festival hair types are good for different reasons. The more unruly that the hair is, the nicer that it's going to be for bubble braids, because it's like a teased texture. Now this one I forgot, so we're just going to bring that down here. I don't usually talk when I'm doing this, so it's harder to concentrate. Again, we'll put that one up through. You'll see what'll happen with that little piece there. We all make mistakes. But these braids look really pretty. They look very pretty with an ombre colored hair, festival hair. They also look pretty with a multicolor festival hair. So ombre colored hair is when it's one color and it's 3 colors, 3 different colors. Sometimes they go dark to light. Sometimes they're just 3 completely different colors. You also can mix your festival hair. I have a video on that on my channel. My ring is caught. Normally these things don't happen. It's because I'm on camera. Because I'm trying to do this live for you. So that any things like this that come up, I can address them. I don't like, when it's cut. You watch a cut video and you're just like, was it really that easy? Because festival hair is not easy to work with. So we're keeping going here. We're almost down to the bottom. I'm not going to go the whole way to the bottom because most people that get these purple type of dragon braids are the ones that want it for the Rumi. So not only Rumi, but they like to have the feeling of long hair. They like to play with the end of it. So I always leave the end there a little bit for them. We're almost down to the bottom here. So you can see how that one piece I just kind of put it into the rest even though it wasn't braided in. It gets a little more difficult down here towards the end because try not to get a hair, don't do this with a pack of hair where the hair gets thinner the lower you go down, because then you'll really have a problem. You won't have enough hair at the end to make your braids and it will look really funny. So this is a nice even amount of hair here. Again, see, it's flipping over. See, that's what I meant by not letting it flip over. We're going to do one more here, and then we're going to pull it through. But you can pull it the whole way down through if you want. You can stop lower. Sometimes you can do a 3-strand braid here and then start your dragon braid. I do that a lot of times to offset it from the ponytail. It lays a little better. But the point of, I'm pretty sure most of my customers that are going to pick up these pre-braided dragon braids are going to be children. So they want that big puff at the top, kind of like Rumi. Rumi is an actual just regular braid, but it doesn't look like a regular braid when they put it, there we go. I'm losing my point here. It doesn't, when you just make a regular braid, it doesn't give the effect. So the dragon braids for Rumis do sell better. There's a lot of controversy. Is she a regular braid? Is she a dragon braid? Okay, so I don't attach it here. I just leave it go. There's one on the top here. We're going to start at the bottom here. You're going to pull, good Lord, see, all these things are happening because I'm filming it. You want to hold the bottom of that. That's what I didn't do. Hold the one you're pulling. Now we're going to hold this one. We're going to pull through. Pull it a little bigger because you need this hair to end up being pulled through for that hair. So you just keep going. See how that's coming through like that? We'll fix that later. So you're holding the one you're pulling. Then we're going to go to the next one and you pull this one up. Just pull both sides out evenly. You can touch it up later. Then we're going to go to this one and we're going to pull. So you can see how down here it's starting to bunch together. That's good. That's what we want. Now we're going to pull this one through. If it's not totally even, it's all right. You can go back and you can adjust it. So for pulling up here is pulling down here, but we'll go back. That's why you want to pull a good amount out at the very bottom, because you want this to look nice and even. So I'm glad I did 3 wraps for each of the rubber bands, and it's still tough to pull through, but it'll keep it nice and secure. But like I said, we wanted enough room to pull through. Okay, so there's one more rubber band here. We'll get that. So oftentimes I do, make sure you're pulling the right one and then just even it out. So it's a little bunchy here at the bottom. So we'll just go, in the middle, just go back up through. So this one I know is this rubber band. So you got to hold the right rubber band, there we go. So you can see how I'm evening it out now. You got to remember to find the right rubber band. It's easy when you're doing it and going upward because you're just going up each rubber band to each hair. But when you start back in the middle, it proves a little more challenging. All right. For the sake of the length of the video, I'm going to stop here, but you can see how that is all dragon braided, but I'm going to go through and I am going to fix each of these. So let me show you one I did after it's fixed. Here is one that's done after it's fixed. So this is what you'll end up with. So now you have a dragon braid. Like I said, these sell really well for Rumi. They sell for other reasons too. I'm going to start making some dragon braids. I do put these right into into the hair too. You can braid straight into hair. These pre-braided ones are just really great because they can just be a cash and carry item there. So these are what they look like when they're finished messing around with. So thanks for watching, guys. Give me a follow, like, and comment. Of course, I do have other tutorials on this page, and I'm making more as well. So have a great festival season, everyone.